Podcasts are fast becoming a popular and sometimes unexpected way for these two candidates to try to pick up some extra votes. Vice President Harris did that notable appearance on the podcast Call Her Daddy, but it's really Donald Trump who's been doing the podcast rounds. And we crunched the numbers. His appearance on this show you're seeing now this past weekend with Theo Vaughn, that generated 14 million views on just YouTube alone. And then there's this one on the show Flagrant, 5 million views just there, and that's not counting the other podcast apps or, of course, the clips that get cut up of these appearances and go on TikTok. This is a campaign strategy for both campaigns, unlike one that we've really ever seen before. So joining us to talk about all of this, particularly the Trump strategy here, is our Trump whisperer and our executive editorial producer, John Santucci. John, welcome in. And what is the Trump strategy here of these podcast appearances?
Jay, great to join you at 4 o'clock. Listen, this is a very different Donald Trump, right, than we saw 8 years ago as we geared up to the 2016 election finale, if you will. Back then, he was all over Sunday shows, morning shows, evening shows, and now it's these podcasts. And what's interesting, Jay, you and I were talking about this a little earlier, it's the way that Donald Trump learned about this medium. It's actually from his youngest son, Barron Trump, who said to his father, "This is what I listen to. These are the voices I'm attracted to." In particular, podcaster Logan Paul, the wrestler, Jay, is someone that was on the front of mind of the youngest Trump. And that was the first podcast Donald Trump did. Raised a lot of eyebrows for people, Jay, saying, you know, why is he doing this? This is Donald Trump, the guy that was on TV as the host of The Celebrity Apprentice for nearly 2 decades. Why is he suddenly moving into podcasts? And if you look at the demographic and the voters that these podcast audiences are reaching, it is playing into the strategy. And for the Harris campaign, they're clearly seeing those numbers move for Donald Trump. They're following suit. They're now doing it too, as you just referenced, Jay.
And a new demographic, a new medium, but what has the messaging been like on these podcasts and really on the campaign trail in general up to this point? Has he changed his messaging at all from the primary, where he was obviously talking to his base, to now where he's got to reach different voters?
I think it's not so much changing the messaging. I think it's actually honing in and being more disciplined, right? When he's speaking to Christian voters, he's harnessing in on topics that are relevant and front of mind for them. When he's talking to young men in this country, right, that's obviously a key demographic that he's been fighting for over the course of this campaign cycle. You know, he's talking about things that relate to them, talking about jobs, talking about the economy, talking about the border, talking about safety, you know, people that have young families. So anything that he can really hone in on, Jay. And look, the other thing I think is important to reference, right? Think about the evolution of Donald Trump. In 2016, he was introduced at the convention by one of his longest time friends, Tom Barrack, the billionaire, right? Talked about the success of Donald Trump. At this convention, 8 years later, he was introduced by Dana White, the CEO of UFC. Obviously, a group that attracts younger voters, heavily male-focused individuals, right? So those are the ways that they are changing things up. The strategy is so different. And listen, you know, it's a test. Is this effective? Is this the new way to reach voters? That test is going to be proven right or wrong in just 2 weeks.